Imagine a world where the most powerful predator wasn't a tiger, a lion, or even the wolves we know today. Instead, it was a creature so massive, so intelligent, and so mysterious that even after disappearing from the Earth over 10,000 years ago, it still captures our imagination. What if I told you that this creature, the legendary dire wolf, was not actually a wolf at all? And what if I told you that scientists today are uncovering its secrets using bones dug up from ancient tar pits, extracting DNA that has been trapped inside for thousands of years? This is not a fantasy, not a movie, not a Game of Thrones story. This is real science, real history, and a real revolution happening right now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the Ice Age. Endless snow, frozen winds, giant mammoths marching across the plains, saber-toothed cats stalking the shadows, and above all of them, moving with silent strength, were the dire wolves, larger, heavier, stronger, built for survival in one of the harshest eras in Earth's history. These animals hunted in packs, so organized and so fierce that almost no prey could escape. Yet for over a century, we knew very little about them. We found their bones. We guessed at their size, but their true identity remained hidden. Then scientists did something incredible. They pulled ancient DNA from bones that had been trapped for tens of thousands of years. And with that discovery, everything changed. The world learned a shocking truth. Dire wolves were not ancestors of modern wolves. They were a completely separate species, a lineage that broke away millions of years earlier. They were strangers, outsiders, survivors of a world long gone. And today, using advanced technology, scientists are digitally reconstructing these giants, bringing their story back to life in a way the world has never seen before. To in this video, we're going deep into the dire wolf revolution, how they lived, how they ruled when they walked the earth, and how modern science has revived a predator lost to time. The journey starts right now. Imagine a world where the most powerful predator wasn't a tiger, a lion, or even the wolves we know today. Instead, it was a creature so massive, so intelligent, and so mysterious that even after disappearing from the Earth over 10,000 years ago, it still captures our imagination. What if I told you that this creature, the legendary dire wolf, was not actually a wolf at all? And what if I told you that scientists today are uncovering its secrets using bones dug up from ancient tar pits, extracting DNA that has been trapped inside for thousands of years? This is not a fantasy, not a movie, not a Game of Thrones story. This is real science, real history, and a real revolution happening right now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the Ice Age. Endless snow, frozen winds, giant mammoths marching across the plains, saber-toothed cats stalking the shadows, and above all of them, moving with silent strength, were the dire wolves, larger, heavier, stronger, built for survival in one of the harshest eras in Earth's history. These animals hunted in packs, so organized and so fierce that almost no prey could escape. Yet for over a century, we knew very little about them. We found their bones. We guessed at their size, but their true identity remained hidden. Then scientists did something incredible. They pulled ancient DNA from bones that had been trapped for tens of thousands of years. And with that discovery, everything changed. The world learned a shocking truth. Dire wolves were not ancestors of modern wolves. They were a completely separate species, a lineage that broke away millions of years earlier. They were strangers, outsiders, survivors of a world long gone. And today, using advanced technology, scientists are digitally reconstructing these giants, bringing their story back to life in a way the world has never seen before. To in this video, we're going deep into the dire wolf revolution, how they lived, how they ruled when they walked the earth, and how modern science has revived a predator lost to time. The journey starts right now. The story of the dire wolf begins long before the first human walked the earth. Millions of years ago, deep in the prehistoric landscapes of North America, early canine ancestors roamed forests, grasslands, and icy plains. Among them was a lineage that would eventually evolve into one of the most powerful predators of the Ice Age, the dire wolf. Unlike modern wolves, which traced their ancestry through Eurasia, the dire wolf's roots were firmly American. This predator developed in isolation, shaped by the animals, climate, and challenges of a continent filled with giants. The earliest ancestors of dire wolves lived in a world dominated by massive creatures, giant sloths, ancient bison, mammoths, and camels. Over thousands of generations, natural selection favored canines that were stronger, heavier, and more capable of taking down enormous prey. Bit by bit, these early wolves adapted, growing larger bones, heavier muscles, and more powerful jaws. They became specialized hunters built for endurance and team strategy. For a long time, scientists believed the dire wolf was simply a larger cousin of the modern gray wolf. But as DNA evidence would later reveal, dire wolves split from other wolf-like ancestors nearly 6 million years ago, forming their own unique branch on the evolutionary tree. This means they weren't wolves at all. They were something older, something deeper in the canine family tree. The origins of the dire wolf show us how evolution responds to the environment. Harsh ice age winters, massive prey animals, and intense competition with other predators slowly sculpted these creatures into the powerful, iconic species we know today. From humble beginnings to legendary hunters, the dire wolf story starts with the ancient pulse of North America itself, a world where survival demanded strength, intelligence, and relentless adaptation. As the Ice Age tightened its grip on North America, the ancestors of the dire wolf continued to evolve. With temperatures dropping, landscapes changing, and prey becoming larger and tougher, only the strongest predators could thrive. This environmental pressure pushed the development of the dire wolf's most defining features: its massive skull, bone-crushing jaws, and robust frame. These wolves didn't just grow big, they became one of the most powerful hunters the continent had ever seen. Through countless generations, dire wolves refined their strategy. Their bodies adapted for pack hunting, thick limbs for stability, strong shoulders for wrestling prey, and a build designed to deliver powerful bites that could shatter bone. Their teeth were larger and more durable than those of modern wolves, allowing them to crush through flesh and bone to reach nutrient-rich marrow. This evolution made them extremely efficient predators in an ecosystem overflowing with megafauna. But evolution isn't just physical. Dire wolves developed complex social structures, hunting tactics, and cooperative strategies that allowed them to survive for over 250,000 years as apex predators. They learned to track prey over long distances, communicate in dense forests and icy plains, and work together to bring down animals much larger than themselves. The rise of the dire wolf also came during a time of fierce competition. Saber-toothed cats, American lions, and giant bears stalked the same plains. Each species adapted in its own direction, some for stealth, some for power, others for speed. The dire wolf strategy was balance, strength, teamwork, and endurance. This combination allowed it to dominate across the Ice Age continents. Their evolutionary journey reveals a powerful truth. The dire wolf was not just a big wolf. It was a creature shaped by the harshest era in Earth's history, built by millions of years of pressure and perfected through survival. The dire wolf's anatomy tells a story of strength, adaptation, and mastery over its environment. Standing taller and weighing significantly more than the modern gray wolf, the dire wolf's body was built for power. While a typical gray wolf weighs around 40 to 60 kilograms, dire wolves often reached 70 to 80 kilograms, with some individuals estimated to be even heavier. This made them one of the largest wolf-like predators ever recorded. Their skull is perhaps the most striking feature. Larger, thicker, and more robust than modern wolves, the dire wolf skull housed incredibly strong jaw muscles. These muscles powered a bite force strong enough to crack open the bones of giant bison or prehistoric horses. Their teeth, especially the molars, were built for crushing, not just cutting. This allowed them to extract marrow, a rich energy source crucial for survival during harsh winters. The dire wolf's body was equally impressive. It had thick, well-developed shoulders and forelimbs, giving it stability during hunts. Its legs, though not as long as those of the gray wolf, provided balance and endurance rather than pure speed. This suggests that dire wolves were not sprinters chasing fast prey. Instead, they hunted using stamina, teamwork, and overwhelming force. Their dense bones and muscular bodies reflect a predator that regularly battled with huge animals: mammoths, camels, giant sloths, and bison. Unlike cats that relied on stealth and quick kills, dire wolves depended on prolonged confrontations, wrestling prey to the ground with pack coordination. Their senses were finely tuned. With a sharp sense of smell and excellent night vision, dire wolves could track wounded animals or detect fresh scents over long distances. Combined with a strong brain-to-body ratio, they were intelligent, strategic hunters. The dire wolf's anatomy reveals a predator perfectly shaped for the Ice Age, a living tank designed to survive, dominate, and endure. The strength of the dire wolf didn't lie only in its physical power. It came from its ability to work as a coordinated, disciplined pack. Unlike solitary predators, dire wolves hunted using teamwork, communication, and strategy, giving them a significant advantage against large Ice Age prey that a typical hunt began with tracking. Dire wolves had exceptional scent detection, allowing them to follow herds over vast distances. Once they located prey, often bison, horses, or young mammoths, the pack used silent signals and movement patterns to position themselves strategically. Unlike modern wolves, whose hunts are often fast and agile, dire wolves relied on endurance, wearing down prey over long chases. When the moment was right, they attacked collectively. Their strong jaws allowed them to latch onto thick hides, muscles, and even bone. Multiple wolves would target different parts of the prey: legs to immobilize, sides to weaken, neck to finish the kill. This teamwork allowed them to take down animals far larger than themselves. Pack hierarchy played a major role. The alpha pair typically led hunts, directing the younger wolves. Cooperation wasn't optional, it was essential. A single mistake could end in severe injury from a bison's kick or a mammoth's swing. Dire wolves likely displayed complex communication. Vocal signals, including deep howls, helped coordinate pack movement. Body language conveyed dominance, submission, readiness, and warnings. Once the prey fell, feeding followed strict rules. Higher-ranking wolves ate first, but the entire pack benefited from the kill. This shared system ensured survival through harsh winters and long migrations. The dire wolf's success was built not on speed or stealth, but on unity. Their pack behavior made them one of the most effective predators of the Ice Age, allowing them to dominate ecosystems for thousands of years. During the Ice Age, the world of the dire wolf was both breathtaking and brutal. Vast stretches of frozen plains, enormous forests, icy winds, and migrating herds of megafauna defined their environment. This world demanded toughness, resilience, and intelligence to survive, and the dire wolf delivered all three. North America during the Pleistocene era was home to countless giants. Mammoths roamed in massive groups. Giant sloths moved slowly across forests. Prehistoric horses galloped in herds, and bison crowded the plains. These massive herbivores provided abundant prey for predators. But they also came with danger. One wrong move near a giant sloth could mean a fatal injury. Dire wolves shared this world with formidable rivals. The saber-toothed cat, with its long canines, used stealth and ambush techniques. The American lion, larger than today's African lions, roamed some territories, overpowering young or wounded dire wolves when given the chance. Short-faced bears, towering over most mammals, could chase dire wolves away from kills. Survival required intelligence and flexibility. Dire wolves adapted to seasonal migrations. In summer, they followed herds northward. In winter, they relied on pack coordination to track slowed or weakened prey. Their thick fur and strong bodies allowed them to withstand freezing temperatures. But the Ice Age wasn't just cold, it was unstable. Climate patterns shifted rapidly, altering ecosystems. Forests expanded, then shrank. Glaciers advanced, then melted. These constant changes demanded predators that could adjust quickly. Dire wolves thrived, becoming one of the dominant carnivores of the Pleistocene. Their presence shaped the entire ecosystem. By hunting the sick, old, or weak individuals, they maintained balance in prey populations. They were apex predators, the regulators of nature's order. The Ice Age was the dire wolf's kingdom, a world where strength met strategy and survival was earned through unity and endurance. For more than a century, scientists believed dire wolves were simply larger, stronger versions of gray wolves. Fossils told part of the story, but without DNA, many mysteries remained unsolved. That changed only recently, when researchers achieved something once thought impossible: extracting ancient DNA from dire wolf bones. The breakthrough came from bones found in locations like the La Brea tar pits in California. These tar pits preserved thousands of dire wolf skeletons, trapping them in thick, sticky asphalt that prevented complete decay. Yet despite this preservation, scientists struggled for decades to recover usable DNA. Tar, heat, and time had broken down most genetic material. Then new methods in paleogenetics, technology designed for damaged ancient DNA, allowed researchers to finally isolate fragments of dire wolf DNA. By analyzing these fragments and comparing them with modern wolves, coyotes, and dogs, scientists discovered a shocking truth. Dire wolves weren't closely related to any living canine species. The DNA revealed that dire wolves had diverged from the ancestors of modern wolves nearly 6 million years ago. This meant they were part of an entirely separate evolutionary branch, with no direct descendants alive today. They couldn't interbreed with wolves or coyotes, meaning they remained isolated throughout their existence. This discovery changed the understanding of Ice Age predators. It showed that dire wolves had developed their massive bodies and unique hunting style not through shared ancestry with wolves, but through convergent evolution, adapting to similar environments in similar ways despite being unrelated. DNA analysis also helped scientists reconstruct the dire wolf's appearance more accurately, understand its migration patterns, and decode its genetic strengths and vulnerabilities. This breakthrough opened the door to a new era of research, transforming what we know about one of the most iconic prehistoric predators. The extinction of the dire wolf is a mystery that has puzzled scientists for decades. They were strong, intelligent, and highly adaptable predators. So what caused them to disappear around 10,000 years ago? The answer lies in a combination of climate change, ecosystem collapse, and genetic isolation. As the Ice Age ended, temperatures rose rapidly. Massive glaciers melted, forests expanded, and grasslands shrank. This environmental shift caused megafauna populations, mammoths, giant sloths, prehistoric horses, and ancient bison, to decline drastically. These were the dire wolves' main prey, and without them, the wolves faced severe food shortages. At the same time, gray wolves and coyotes, more adaptable species, expanded their range. These animals could eat smaller prey, survive warmer climates, and thrive in changing habitats. Dire wolves, with their larger bodies and preference for megafauna, struggled to adjust. Another factor was genetic isolation. Unlike gray wolves and coyotes, which could interbreed and share genes, dire wolves were too genetically distant to mix with other species. This prevented them from gaining beneficial traits that might have helped them survive changing environments. Competition increased as food became scarce. Faster, more flexible predators like gray wolves took advantage of new hunting opportunities. Dire wolves, specialized for taking down large prey, had few alternatives. Some scientists also believe disease spread during the transition from Ice Age to warmer climates, affecting large animals and the predators that relied on them. In the end, the dire wolf's extinction wasn't caused by a single event, but by a chain reaction of changes. Climate, prey loss, competition, and genetic limits all combined to push the dire wolf toward extinction. It was a perfect storm, one that ended the reign of one of the most remarkable predators in Earth's history. The fossils of dire wolves have provided an extraordinary window into the past. More than 4,000 dire wolf skeletons have been uncovered at the La Brea tar pits alone, making it the richest source of dire wolf fossils in the world. These remains offer scientists detailed insights into the wolves' behavior, injuries, diet, and even pack structure. Many fossils show signs of healed fractures, ribs, legs, and shoulders. This suggests that injured wolves survived long enough to heal, meaning the pack likely took care of wounded members. This level of social support points to strong pack bonds and cooperative living. Teeth offer more clues. Heavy wear and broken teeth indicate they crushed bones regularly, especially during times of food scarcity. This supports the idea that dire wolves relied heavily on marrow as a key food source. Some fossils show bite marks from other predators, such as saber-toothed cats or giant bears, highlighting intense competition. Others contain chemical signatures that reveal what dire wolves ate. These analyses confirm they were top predators feeding mainly on large herbivores. Fossils also show differences between male and female wolves, helping scientists understand pack dynamics. Slight variations in body size suggest roles within the group. The discovery of dire wolf fossil footprints has revealed movement patterns, group behavior, and hunting strategies. Footprints found in groups support the idea of pack hunting. The sheer number of fossils found in one location suggests dire wolves frequently scavenged near tar pits, where trapped animals provided easy meals. But this also made them vulnerable. Many wolves likely got trapped while trying to feed. Each fossil tells a story of survival, struggle, and dominance in a harsh world. Together, they form a detailed picture of one of the greatest predators of the Ice Age. Today, scientists are using advanced technology to bring the dire wolf back to life, not through cloning, but through digital and biological reconstruction. These methods allow us to see the dire wolf with greater accuracy than ever before. Using 3D scanning, researchers digitize fossil bones, creating precise virtual models. These models reveal bone thickness, muscle attachment points, and overall structure. By comparing the scans with modern wolves, hyenas, and other carnivores, scientists reconstruct the dire wolf's musculature, movement, and strength. CT scans of skulls show internal details of the jaw, teeth, and brain cavity. These details help scientists understand bite force, feeding habits, and sensory abilities. The dire wolf skull reveals a powerful bite built for crushing bones, unlike any modern canine. With ancient DNA sequencing, researchers map genetic codes that reveal for color, immune defenses, and evolutionary history. While cloning is impossible due to fragmented DNA, these genetic insights help reconstruct appearance and physiology. Skeletal modeling also helps illustrate how dire wolves ran, attacked, and interacted. Computer simulations test their hunting techniques, confirming they were endurance hunters rather than sprinters. Artists and scientists collaborate to create lifelike reconstructions for texture, eye color, body shape, and posture. These reconstructions appear in museums, documentaries, and scientific presentations. For the first time in history, we can visualize the dire wolf with near-complete accuracy. This new scientific perspective transforms our understanding of the dire wolf, revealing not only how it looked, but how it lived, moved, hunted, and evolved. Through modern technology, the dire wolf steps out of the shadows of extinction and into the light of scientific clarity, reborn through knowledge. Even though dire wolves disappeared 10,000 years ago, their legacy lives on, both in science and in popular culture. They represent a symbol of prehistoric strength, unity, and resilience. Their presence in the fossil record teaches us about the ecosystems of the Ice Age and the delicate balance that shapes evolution. In modern times, the direwolf has become a cultural icon. Popular shows like Game of Thrones brought attention to the species, though the fictional version was far larger than the real animal. Still, this exposure has sparked new interest among scientists, students, and wildlife enthusiasts. From a scientific point of view, the dire wolf has transformed how we understand canines. Their DNA revealed that evolution can create similar creatures in completely separate lineages, proving that appearance can be deceiving. This discovery has reshaped classification systems and influenced how scientists study extinct species. The dire wolf also teaches us about extinction. Their downfall highlights the dangers of climate change, habitat loss, and specialization. As modern species face similar threats, the dire wolf remains a reminder that even apex predators are vulnerable. Museums, documentaries, and research institutions around the world continue to study and display dire wolf remains, keeping their memory alive. Each bone, each tooth, each fossil footprint carries a story waiting to be told. More importantly, the dire wolf inspires curiosity. It reminds us that the Earth was once filled with extraordinary beings, giants, hunters, survivors, whose stories are still being uncovered. The dire wolf's legacy isn't just about the past. It's about understanding the future of life on this planet. Through science, imagination, and the pursuit of knowledge, the dire wolf continues to live, fierce, mysterious, and unforgettable.